Today I'm critiquing this $40 million 4th Lauderdale waterfront property, and then I'm going to give it an Arvin score. So if you ever decide to build, buy, or remodel a property like this, you won't make the same mistakes. I'm Arvin Haddad. I'm the How to Buy Mansion guy. Let's watch this video together.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Jason Matouk here with another luxury home tour. Today, I brought you to Fort Lauderdale, Florida to show you this incredible home. This home has some finishes and features that I, as a person who has seen over 300 extremely luxury homes across the country, have never seen. And today, I'm gonna be showing those to you, and you're gonna be impressed. This home features 7 bedrooms, 10 bathrooms. You have 11,500 square feet. This home was built in 2025, and it's asking just under $40 million.
This property hasn't sold. Let's find out why.
As you pull into the end of this super private cul-de-sac, this is where your home sits. You have this incredible curb appeal.
I wouldn't say that. It looks like an apartment complex and a modern template design. Like they've been doing this template for 30 years. Right? And modern, we should call it vintage because it's not even modern anymore. I mean, I don't know why everybody goes towards this. As soon as they think modern, they have to make something like this.
I love the mix of glass, wood. It just makes it look like a tropical modern paradise. And another feature that I think is super spectacular that I personally have not seen in any home is besides the entrance here, besides the entrance where you drive your car up, you also have a designated dock entrance. Look at this. So just over here, you have this slide open gate where you can quickly access your dock, get to your boat. You're at your own little marina.
This is actually a big positive for anyone who's into boating or yachting, and I will tell you why. First of all, you're a corner lot, right? You have a lot of frontage where you can park 2-3 boats, depending on the size of the yacht, right here, and it's very convenient. Second, you have a separate entrance, meaning people don't have to go through your own property to get to the yacht, and also service people. If you want to service the yacht, mechanics, captains, crews, cleaning, all this stuff, you have this access through your own property to your own yacht. Big positive.
I think that is amazing. And so now we're gonna head through this front door gate right over here, head inside, and I'm gonna show you what a $40 million house with finishes and features that I have never seen before looks like. Get ready. Wow. I just stepped inside and this is a lot to take in, I'll be honest. The first thing you see is that direct shot of the Intracoastal right ahead of you, and then these huge ceiling heights.
No, the first thing you see is first this staircase. Second is this walkway that connects the upper floor to each other. And then your walkway is not even center. You see a bar. It's just really bad wow factor for how good it could have been. What is the fix? I will tell you right now. First of all, your arrival experience is really weak because the house sits right on the street. So you don't have that private driver. You don't have any privacy from the front door. So you could have easily pushed the front door in. So you could have created a little bit of a walkway to kind of set the story and give the property a little bit of anticipation before you open the door. And then you could have tucked in the stairway to your left and opened the property where the ceiling is already low. The fact that the ceiling is high, then low, then it opens up again, that breaks the line of sight. I rather open up the property where the bridge is and slowly see the volume as I go in without seeing this ugly staircase to my left.
So as we make our way past the staircase and head down into the center of the home,
you see some broken marble over here that hasn't been fixed. Horrible. Bad first impression.
The first thing that we see, this garage on my left. And the cool thing about the garage is they actually have this huge piece of glass so you can see your beauties parked in here, whether it's a Lamborghini, Ferrari.
Which is not much. It's 2 tandem parking for a $40 million property. Really weak, in fact.
In the center of this home, however, you have this spectacular bar. And I like that they put it in the center because this is an entertainer's dream home. You're gonna be doing a lot of entertaining and you probably got a lot of people coming over to your house to enjoy, celebrate, and this is gonna be a crucial piece in that puzzle. You're gonna have a place to make the drink, pour a glass of wine, spend an evening in this illuminated, glowing bar. And I love how you can not only change the color of the bar, you can change the color of the ceilings. So up here you have these light strips that you'll actually see throughout the home.
Okay, let's talk about this bar in the entrance or the foyer of the property. Look, I'm not 100% against it, but you can execute it like this. There's only one property I've seen that they were able to turn their foyer into an entertainment space really, really effectively. And they used the standing wall against the wall, not a one that you can actually put stools and everything. That was done creatively, really nice way where I actually thought you would get use out of it. Why? Because your entrance to the property are typically positioned at the best location with the best view angle. So to give it utility, I get it. But doing it like this as soon as you walk in, you have to take a shot is just too aggressive. And it's also kind of blocks your wow factor and positions you off center as to the whole positioning is supposed to set you in center to the view. And you want to let the property breathe when you walk in instead of cramming you right off the bat.
As we make our way just a little bit further down, we're gonna have our huge open living room. And did I lie? Are you seeing this? Are you seeing this living room? This in front of me is actually a TV. Believe it or not, this is a place you can watch the game, family home videos. I don't know what you would put up here that wouldn't be mind blowing. But this is actually an entire panel of screens that you can customize any way you'd like. The whole thing can be a screen. You have multiple screens, as you can see here. This is just exceptional, but you know what? Finally, it feels like something that belonged in a house of this caliber that we've been missing out on, and we finally have it.
Okay, let's talk about the formal living space, which is also your family living space. In fact, it's the only living space in the whole house. This is it. Now, the proportions are right? The width, the lengths, the ceiling heights, it matches the $40 million caliber, and you get an amazing view angle, right? This is basically, the creme de la creme of the lot, right? This is the best spot on the lot where you get the best view angle, and they've positioned it really, really well. Now, how often do you think you would use this? Okay, pay attention, and you will find out later in the video if the owners actually use this space that frequently or not.
And so from this room, let me show you the final space that you have on this side of the home. And so what we have over here is access to our garage on my left. You have this huge space, and just in front of it, we're gonna have the first guest space that we've seen. As we step in, you have the first ensuite bathroom for this guest bedroom, and in the main room itself, this could be one of a few things. This could be a guest bedroom if you wanted, or as they have it situated, like a lounge.
Did you see what just happened? They opted to use the guest bedroom as their TV lounge instead of this magnificent triple height ceiling family room that had all the best TV you can imagine. Now that's a data point, but it's obvious to me as a consultant that they didn't know what they would want actually when they move into the bigger sandbox. This happens all the time. Doesn't matter what price point you are. If you're moving from a $10 million house to a $20 million house, or from a condo to a townhouse, okay, you don't know that sandbox, okay? You don't know that area. You don't know what you should expect. You think you do, but you don't, okay? And this is a prime example. When they were designing this house, they thought, oh, they're going to watch everything over here. But when it came down to it, either the volume was too big, didn't make them feel cozy and snuggly, or there was an echo problem, and they chose to turn the guest bedroom, which is rightfully positioned, you definitely want a guest bedroom on the lower floor here, into a lounge. And that's exactly what I do in my inner circle. I consult, I let you know what your expectations will be when you get there, so you design it right, so when you move in there, you will be happy and you won't have any regrets. If you're interested, this is the QR code. I would love to be that resource to you.
We're gonna now tackle the other half of the first floor before I take you outside. And you can really see as I'm walking through the square footage, it is huge and open and so spacious. And finally, it takes us to our kitchen and dining room area. This right here has got to be one of the most beautiful tables I've seen in a dining room. The wood, the way that they designed it, it all flows. It almost looks like the water. And how fitting, because I'm literally looking at the water in the distance right in front of me. It couldn't get any better than this.
It could have been more cozier. You start seeing the problem over here, why they ended up in that little bedroom, because that's where they came from. That was the house, the size and metrics they were used to. So when the volume got big, everything looked good on the floor plan. But when push came to shove, this looks way too formal. This looks like a formal dining table next to your kitchen. Where is your family dining? When no one is home, you and your wife, you and your mistress, you and your wife and kids and mistress, all of them together. You see what I'm saying? It's just doesn't feel like a home.
And now in the kitchen, you also have a few other surprises. You have this display case with lights, so you can put all of your china, your expensive stuff down below.
There was a samovar. I don't know if the owners are Persian or Turkish. There's a slight Middle Eastern angle here.
You have a Thermador coffee maker right over here. You're gonna have your Thermador wine cooler in between your Thermador fridge and freezer. And a super cool feature is you actually have a monogram built-in pizza oven. You got tons of storage in here through the cabinetry, and it leads us down to our main appliance, the Viking gas stove and oven. And of course, a house this size, you're gonna need a double sink as we walk just down over here into your secondary kitchen prep station. This is super cool because you have a lot of treats back here.
Okay, not bad, not a bad chef's kitchen. I think this is an entertaining home. I think there's some houses that really needs the chef kitchen, some houses don't. I think this is one of the ones that they do. Because if property in this location, when you got the boats and all the toys and everything, you're entertaining in this house. So you better have a chef's kitchen where you can cook so you don't have to get so much usage from your front kitchen and get it dirty.
And besides that, you also have a couple places to do some laundry down over here if you'd like. As we make our way down, you actually have a full guest bathroom over here. As we leave this bathroom, just on my left, we're gonna have the office. And I love the space that they have in here. Mediterranean coastal kind of feel. I feel like I'm in Mykonos right now.
It's just like Mykonos. Okay, the office is greatly positioned. It's right on the front side, so you can have guests coming in or, you know, lawyers, whatever, people attending to your office and get stuff done. And it's also somewhat away from the living quarters of the house, so you get that privacy.
And so back into the main foyer area from here, now that I've showed you everything that this first floor has to offer, there's one thing left to show you, and that's the view and the backyard pool area. It's amazing. Follow me. Oh my gosh. We just stepped outside and I didn't think it honestly can get any better, and it literally has. I mean, you have this sitting area that is just not missing a single thing. Besides that incredible view, you have yachts going out in the distance. You're underneath this covered area with surround sound speakers. It's got this beautiful fan above to keep your family nice and cool. And I love how they kept going with the LED accent lighting throughout. Again, all of that is customizable. That's the coolest thing.
There's nothing cool about it. The reason they use LED lights is because it's cheap. Okay, there's way more sophisticated, expensive, better lighting systems out there than LED.
Down over here, we actually have your pool area. And what's incredible is the length of this pool. It's basically a full lap pool. It's got that nice, dark, rich tone that just makes the pool so inviting. You have the glass wall.
Clean your pool, man. What the hell is this? This is disgusting. I would be worried about a bowman going up my where sun doesn't shine. This is toxic. Did you fire your pool guy? What happened? This is really bad.
You have a eat-in kitchen area. You got the grill. You got the drink cooler, the sink, TV on the wall, speakers throughout, and a place where you can sit, enjoy the meal. And while you guys are sitting over here, you're overlooking all of what Fort Lauderdale has to offer. This unobstructed coastal view. It is just unreal. And as I make my way a couple steps down here, it's gonna take us to the dock. And so down here, this is part of your 250 feet of water frontage. They've even topped it off with some grass over here. So if you have pets, animals, kids that want to run around, they've got some space to do it. And they also have these built-in like tables. So you can have a meal out here.
That was a really short table for the kids. What the hell is it? I thought it's like one of those, you tie the, rope of a yacht, like big yachts. You need like, no, they're tables. Okay.
Again, I feel like I've been walking for 10 minutes in the same spot. That's how huge it is. You can really see how much space you have to park your boat, your mega yacht. And it takes us down just a little bit further, And this is where we get to the first corner of the dock and this incredible art fixture. Look at this thing, how incredible. It's just this really interesting piece.
You know, Iranian culture, if someone is telling a crazy story that you don't really believe them, if you start looking up, it means like you're lying so bad this sky is cracking, okay? So try that with your Persian friends. Next time they're telling you a story, just go, you know.
That just creates a statement for this home. This is a house that when you see this piece, you know where you're at, and it just identifies it as a landmark almost.
Oh, the guy's wife is a hairdresser. That's what it is. They're in the beauty industry.
And then at the end over here, we have your second stage of dockage, a couple extra boats, some fun toys, jet skis. You know what to do here. I don't have to tell you.
Okay, let's not sugarcoat this. This is a fun house, okay? I mean, you have every freaking boat you can think of, all the lifts, all the gadgets, and this is the lifestyle, right? Like if you go buy a canal property in Fort Lauderdale, you want to use it. Like there's no other reason to be here because you're not going to get much privacy at all, right? So if you got younger kids, you're into boating, fishing, and by the way, this part of Fort Lauderdale as to like, for example, the Colony is much closer to the exit if you want to go to the Bahamas, if you want to go to the islands, you want to go to the Atlantic, you know, Caribbean side. This is very convenient. Again, location-wise, I wouldn't rate it as high as the Colony, but the convenience of also being closer to the Fort Lauderdale itself, it's pretty central.
Now again, I could take the elevator, but for now, I'm gonna take the stairs because it is just too beautiful and the view and walk up is too incredible. Here we are, up finally onto the second floor. Wow. I mean, just like when you walked into the house, you have this striking view of the water, and it might even be better because now we're overlooking the backyard pool area. I'm seeing directly into the water, and I love how this whole area is like an art gallery.
Yeah, the Persian rug really lights up like a, you know, gaming keyboard with the LED light above it. What the hell? Are they putting LED lights above the Persian Tabriz there? Come on. Who is the interior designer here? This is a first. This really is a first.
From here, we're gonna head down to this side of the hallway and see what kind of surprises we have in here. Straight ahead, we're gonna have another wet bar. You can never have too many wet bars because at any point in time, you could crave a coffee, a drink, and guess what? You have the ability to do that. And you have this drink cooler down below. Straight ahead in front of me, this is gonna be where your upstairs laundry room is.
Okay, this is actually really good. You're 3 stories. You definitely need second floor laundry just out of convenience. Now, I personally prefer a 2-story with a basement over a 3-story. Only in rare occasions, I would say 3 stories better if like you're getting this insane Eiffel Tower view or something ridiculous if you go to 3rd level. But 90% of the time, you're better off if you really need the square footage to go with a 2-story and a basement, or if you just don't need the square footage, just the 1-story would do, you know? They're great. 1-stories are great.
As we make our way down this hall, as I said before, tons of places to display art. You even have the art lights in here on each end. So obviously this leaves a lot of room for your imagination. And then finally on my right, we're gonna have the second guest bedroom. In here, as we step in, look at the space that we have. It is huge. I love the herringbone floors you have down below.
I hate the herringbones. The color is off. The size is off. The pattern doesn't match the scale. It's just horrible. It's just the worst type of herringbone execution I've ever seen.
They have a king-size bed in here. I love this walk-in closet.
Wait a minute. Who the hell slammed the door over here? Look at this. Look at the frame of the door. Oh my God. This is disgusting.
You even have a balcony out here that you can come out onto, and it's overlooking the front of the home, which, as I said before, we're on a private cul-de-sac. It's nice and quiet. You can sit out here and actually enjoy it, unlike other balconies that face the front of other homes where there's a lot of through traffic. You don't have that issue here.
That is a positive. The fact that you're on a cul-de-sac, at least you have privacy from car traffic. You're not going to have privacy through boat traffic whatsoever, but car traffic, you will.
As we make our way back into this upper hallway, We're gonna take us straight down to the second side. And down over here, we're gonna have another guest bedroom. In this bedroom, I take back everything I said about that other bedroom being spectacular. That bedroom sucks compared to this. The space you have in here is absurd. And the view at the end, it's all overwhelming. But we're gonna start off with the ensuite on my left.
You know what's the funniest thing about these LED lights? They actually made sure they were on before they started filming. Like, hold on, don't shoot. Let me turn on the LEDs. Otherwise, the house is gonna look so ugly. Horrible, really, really horrible.
Again, just top of the line finishes in here.
You get to say hi to your neighbor while taking a shower. And funny thing is that it seems like your neighbor also has 3 stories. Like, there's a race. You know how like Burj Khalifa and the Saudi, they're trying to come up who's outdoing each other like it's a good thing?
Places to sit, get some work done, and it leads you to the end with this balcony. And the only way to describe it is unbelievable. Like, when I slide this door open, are you seeing what we have here? A waterfront balcony. You can see everything that you'd want to out here. The American flag is flowing.
That American flag is not up to par. Really, it's not up to scale. I mean, it's too small for the house, no? And it looks like these, like, you know, nylon fabric instead of like the real thing. If you're committing to this $40 million house, you got to go all the way. Your margins are so great that you're making profits in the millions, but you have to do everything right if you're doing it as a flip. Otherwise, you end up like this house, you put it on the market and it doesn't sell and you have to make a video.
But again, this room, as special as it is, does not compare to the main suite. I'm gonna take you there now, just behind this door. You could almost miss it if it was closed. We're gonna have the main suite, and when you step in, you could just tell from the floor design alone that this is amazing. We're gonna start on our right and head down to the closet and the bathroom. And so as you head down over to this side, what's really special is that they have the closet situated like a designer boutique store. And I love how in the island, they have this built-in glass display. So you can see your fancy watches, your belts, whatever you want, shoes perfectly on the wall, sliding hiding cabinets, super special, and the lighting in here. But if you didn't like all this artificial lighting, they have a huge window for natural lighting that you can close and open at your discretion. And then on the opposite side, of course, you saw his, now we're gonna see hers, and hers is gonna be as special, if not more, as it should be.
Is that a kid's mattress? Did somebody wet their bed? It's kind of a strange place for a mattress. Okay, the closet space is bare minimum. I like how it's divided. Bare minimum. Bare minimum for a $40 million house.
And then so as we hop out of here now, on the way to where the bathroom is, we're gonna pass her vanity. Besides all the customizable lights, you have these built-in mirrors that can come out and just really give you the design, the look you're going for, just like that.
What the hell was that? What are we, a car? You're trying to check your blind spot while you're putting on your makeup? What the? You know the man designed that. You know the guy who came up with this? He was thinking about his garage.
Here we're gonna have the official main ensuite. Is anyone surprised? Is anyone shocked? This is unreal. I mean, we'll start with the finishes. This color that they have here, they use this in the closets, they're not using it in here. It's a beautiful piece of stone. You also have on this side a huge walk-in shower. Honestly, are you seeing the size of this thing? And I love how it cascades from the light stone down to the black stone.
Yeah, that did the trick. Thanks for the transition. This is the worst palette I've ever seen. Black stone next to wood. My hippocampus just had a blue screen. It's just like it's jamming. Like, it's horrible. What the hell is going on? Like, they're just smacking different finishes on top of each other.
So now that we're done finally with this bathroom, I'm going to show you what this main suite has to offer. As we step in, wow, this is absolutely unreal.
Best spot in the house so far. Corner, great place to put your primary bedroom. It really has great views, right? Completely opens up. The scale of the room is really comfortable. Great location for your primary bedroom on the second floor. Really, really like this. Don't like the finishes, just like the location where the primary bedroom is. And ceiling height is on the low side, but I can forgive it. It's just your attention goes completely towards the view and the water. It looks really cool.
And here we are, finally, on the third floor. Again, I could have taken the elevator. I decided on the stairs. One thing I love about this spot in particular is that from up here, I can see over the house in front of me, the water and the city in the distance. As I make my way down this hallway, however, we're gonna have your gym. It's super cool and it's got actual functional things that you would want to use.
Wow. You know, the best part of having a gym on the third floor is by the time you get up there, you're halfway done with your workout. It's like really odd place. What are we on, a high rise? Such a weird place to put the gym.
You got the bench, a couple free weights, and you have an ensuite bathroom with a walk-in shower. Also, not a bad view to be sitting here, working out, city view on your left with the water in the distance, open intracoastal view on this side, boats passing by. I mean, this is like as ideal as it gets for a gym. And then finally, you also have a balcony on this side. Sit outside, get some fresh air and some sun. It is spectacular.
Somebody was doing dumbbell flies and just let go of one of the dumbbells. What hit the glass over there? It's all shattered. You can't make this stuff up.
As we make our way back down this hall now, let's just get straight to it and take a look at the final room in this house. Maybe the ladies won't love this, but as a man, I am in heaven. Not only is there a bar here, you have a massive humidor with tons of cigars. On the opposite side, a place to store all of your favorite alcohols, your liquors, your artwork. It is just, this is like man's dream area.
Dude, I was expecting a spa, you know? You come out of the gym, you're like, where's my kale smoothie? You come to this room. President of the United States is doing a drive-by. Somebody shoves a JD down your throat. They give you a shotgun and they're like, the range is hot. Come on. What the hell are we? This is crazy. This is the craziest third floor I've ever seen in my life.
You have this centered sitting area where you could smoke cigars, lounge, have a drink, and watch some TV on the wall over there.
Are these silencers? This is crazy. I think the owner of this house is trying to kill two birds with the same stone. He wants to have that kind of a water sport house, boating and everything, and also achieve the hunting cabin at the same time. It's really interesting because, you know, when I got invited by Trove, company that builds and operates your family office for you, they asked me to come up with a speech and a metric to help their clients rate their portfolio of homes, not just one home. You know how I have my 10 principles on one home? They're like, Arvin, this is great, but I want you to zoom out and give a portfolio score to the entire portfolio of homes that their clients have. Their average client has 7 different homes. Some of them have 20, okay? So when you look at their portfolio, what is each house doing for the family, right? Try to create categories, and so we can give it to our clients where they will have a baseline as to where they are standing, what's missing, what's overexposed, or they have too much of, right? This is great to have the baseline so you know which ones to get rid of, reduce your cost, which ones to keep. And at the same time, if they're planning to buy a new home, which they always are, right? They get excited to go on vacation. They say, why are they buying? Are they filling a new need, or are they, there's an empty bucket that we need to fill? So to be a lot more purposeful and be more proud of your portfolio score than just your particular single home. And for that, I am forever grateful, because the number one thing I value in life is learning. So they helped me become better, and they gave me so much. They shared so much of their knowledge with their clients, the metrics with me to understand and create this metric for them. I will tell you guys more about Trove in later videos, but just know that I've partnered up with them for now.
As we make our way down to the workstation, you have this beautiful desk sitting here, the TV's mounted above with all the security cameras so you can keep a good eye on your house.
This guy's mixing Intracoastal Waterway with the Strait of Hormuz. He's like, imagine having a bad day. He just loads it up. No one crosses. No one is crossing this intersection here. I'm charging toll. You. 1 million per pass. All right, let's give this property an Arvin score. Location, I'm going to give it a 7.5. I personally prefer Bay Colony a little farther up, but if you're really into boating and you want to get into the Caribbean, this is actually closer and you're closer to, downtown over here. Lot quality, you got 1/3 of an acre. I'm going to give it an 8. Lot utilization, you have no frontage. You have double exposure, but both sides are minimum. You really don't have a backyard. It's really, really tight. You're very close to your neighbor. I can't give it anything more than a 3. Privacy, look, from the roadside, you're very private end of a cul-de-sac, but from the water side, super exposed. In fact, this is one of the busiest locations within the Intracoastal Waterway. I have to give it a 5. Lot orientation, you're south and east facing. This property is going to be lit. I'm going to give it a 10. Architectural style, this is the poster child of template modern. Again, I should call it ancient modern, right? From 30 years ago. It looks like an apartment complex. The choice of going 3-story, your lot just didn't have the space to go 3. It looks like an apartment building. If you had a much bigger lot, you had an argument to go 3rd floor. If you had a different view from 3rd floor, you had an argument. You just tried to max out your exit and you got stuck at it at, $40 million. You were better off making a smaller house, selling it faster, probably would have made a greater profit in a shorter amount of time with less risk. Views. This is perhaps one of the best views in Rio Vista, and I will tell you why. On the south side, you don't have that depth of view, but on the east side, you really have that depth of view, and it's panoramic. It's a corner, so you get a very wide angle. I'm going to give it a 7.5. Layout. Look, your wow factor could have been way better. I mean, the staircase was blocking you. The bar was out of place. And then you had that depth of view of coming in high, and then the bridge would cut your view off, and then it would open up again. Your main living space wasn't, you were not living there. You ended up living in your guest bedroom on the lower floor. And then the kitchen area and the formal dining area was too formal. Again, I like to design a house or help my clients design a house for themselves that in that 80%, 90% of the time that you actually use it, you get to use the best part of the house. And they just didn't do that. And for that reason, I'm going to give it a 4. Scale and volume, definitely above average. Obviously, the first floor was the best. It got worse that you went up. I'm going to give it an 8. Finishes, this was a mixed bag because at times they really cheaped it out like the floors. And then at times they tried to go all out with onyx and marble and try to make it really nice with travertine. But then when they tried to put a palette together, they just failed miserably. I mean, miserably. It seemed like they had no support. I don't even think they had an interior design. They tried to freaking match a Persian Tabriz round rug with LED. I'm going to give them a 3. Now, here's the Arvin score. If you want to see a beach property that I actually like, you should watch this one. And if you want to join the inner circle, here's the QR code. I'm raising my prices August 1st. See you guys in the comments.